All right, welcome to the Lake Bluff Board of Trustees. It is October 28th, 2019. This is our meeting of the evening, and could we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Engelmann.
Here.
Trustee Charlo.
Here.
Trustee Markey.
Here.
Trustee Meyer.
Here.
Trustee Toll.
Here.
Would everyone please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we have consideration of the minutes of the October 14th, 2019 Village Board meeting. Do I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Markey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Toll. Any additions, corrections? All right, hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, at this point in time, we allow 15 minutes for anyone in the audience who might like to speak on anything that is not on tonight's agenda. Do we have anyone that would like to do so? Okay, not hearing any. I don't think we have a fairly light board. I don't think we have to make any changes on that. So let's go directly to the village finance report. We have the warrant report for October 16th through 31st. And we have expenditures of village funds for payment of invoices in the amount of $177,936.29 for October 16th through 31. We also would ask that we have approval of this $177,936.29. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Meyer, and a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Charlo. Any questions to Drew, since our finance director had a home emergency? So anybody have any questions or anything else? Okay. All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Engelmann.
Aye.
Trustee Charlo.
Aye.
Trustee Markey.
Aye.
Trustee Meyer.
Aye.
Trustee Toll.
Aye.
Okay. We have the September 2019 financial report, and I will, since it's not here, I will read this for your consideration. Do I have or do you feel left out?
No, you can read it.
Thank you.
It's good stuff.
I know. All right. Do I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
So moved by
Markey.
Ms. Markey, and as a second by Mr. Toll. All righty. The sales tax revenue on a cash basis for FY20 through July is $898,426, which is $46,164, or 5.1% greater than the same reporting period in FY 2019. Home rule sales tax revenue on a cash basis for FY20 through July was $2,166, or 1.9% greater than the same reporting period in FY 2019, with annual administration fees totaling $4,043.90. Building permit revenue for FY 20 to date is $211,445, or $51,720 greater than last fiscal year for the same time period. This 32.4 increase is due to the roofing project at 101 Waukegan Road and the construction at 380 Moffett Road. The May to September FY20 expenditures of $3,951,129 are $109,142 less than the expenditures for the same period in FY19. Current expenditures are consistent with or less than the budget. Do we have any questions or comments to the administration regarding this? All right, this is all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, we have the village administrator's report.
Just briefly, I announced this at the previous board meeting, but on Wednesday night, we're having the missing middle conversation. And I'm pleased to report that not only will we have an esteemed panel of including local architects Larry Booth, Scott Stratoff, and Rob Douglas, but there's going to be a presentation by both of the architecture firms that submitted projects for the Village of Lake Bluff site, which is new as of today. So Ed Deegan Associates from Kenilworth, who's Ed Deegan's on our ABR, is going to be presenting his project. Likewise, an architecture firm out of Evanston is going to be presenting their project as well. And the whole point of the conversation is to have a dialogue with the community about the diversity of housing product types in the village, and hopefully we can gather some good information to help educate future developers in Lake Bluff.
Okay, excellent. We were asking this for a long time.
For a long time.
I
It's
know.
finally here.
Because we do have, this keeps cropping up, is our lack of housing diversity within our community, and are there things that we could be doing possibly? So that hopefully this will, I think, be an informative thing, and hope everybody will be able to make it. All right, anything else you have, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Village Attorney's report.
No report tonight.
Village President's report. Okay, folks, Thursday is Halloween, rain or shine. It's always, I think, an exciting time for Lake Bluff, and our police department, as usual, will be hosting our annual evening hot dog feast with the help and donations from local merchants and things. And how many years have this been going on, Chief?
Too many to count.
Too many to count, thank you. But our police department will be there in full force, and we welcome the entire community and all of our guests for a wonderful evening. And everybody is a kid at heart on that night, so it's a special night for us. That's all I have at the moment. We have the acceptance of correspondence that was delivered to the Village Board of Trustees and informational reports October 11th and October 18th. Do I have a motion for acceptance of the correspondence?
So moved.
Okay, so moved by Ms. Ankerman. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Charlot.
Mr. Meyer?
Mr. Meyer, I'm sorry. Okay, all right. Okay, I know that. Does anybody have any comments about that? Thank you, you got me all turned up. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, we now go back and see number 11, which is an ordinance amending the Lake Bluff zoning regulations to further prohibit cannabis business establishments in the village. This is a second reading approval of the ordinance, which will mandate a roll call vote. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
So moved, by Mr. Toll, second.
Second.
A second by Mrs. Markey. At the July meeting and at the direction of the village board, the PCZBA opened a public hearing regarding the proposed prohibition of recreational cannabis businesses within the village. At the conclusion of the public hearing in September, the PCZBA recommended the village board authorize recreational cannabis businesses as a special use in the L1 Light Industry District. At its September 23rd meeting, the board discussed the PCZBA's recommendation and considered public comments. Following considerable discussion, the village board unanimously directed staff to prepare an ordinance that would prohibit the establishment of any type of recreational cannabis businesses within the village. Village board approved first reading of the ordinance at its October 14th meeting. Are there any questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, this is a roll call, please.
Trustee Charla.
Aye.
Trustee Markey.
Aye.
Trustee Meyer.
Aye.
Trustee Toll.
Aye.
Trustee Ankerman.
Aye.
All right, we now have an item 12, which is a resolution approving the purchase of rock salt for the purpose of snow and ice removal from Compass Minerals. I guess that's the company. It's that time of year again. Okay, all right, do I have a motion?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Meyer, and a second.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Markey. Yes, it will snow.
Ankerman.
Okay, all righty. Annually, the State of Illinois Office of Procurement conducts a joint bid for rock salt to be used for ice and snow control operations by roadway maintenance agencies statewide. This year's approved bid of $94.47 per ton was awarded to Compass Minerals. This year's price is a 36% increase from last year's price of $69.33 per ton. This year's increase in price can be attributed to harsher winters in other states, depleting supplies and increasing demands in those areas. The village's FY 1920 budget includes $39,095 for the purchase of rock salt. At the bid price, the village will be able to purchase approximately 800 tons of rock salt at a total cost of $75,576, which exceeds the budgeted amount by $36,481. Last year, the village had used about 600 tons of rock salt due to an average winter. The village currently has 400 tons left over from last season. With the purchase of 800 more tons of salt, the village will be able to adequately cover the winter season. Village must commit to purchase 100% of the order, and the supplier commits to provide a maximum of 120% of the ordered amount at the bid price if severe weather conditions arise. Okay, do you have a?
No, Jake, I had asked Jake to put together the slide today for you all, and I'll let him explain it.
Salt's a commodity, right? So it does go up and down, and it also has a lot to do with weather patterns and what happens across the United States. Now, the Midwest was rough last year, right? Our winter went on and on forever. Towns ran out of salt, which means the suppliers ran out of salt, which, well, here we are at our higher price. I mean, you can see over the years it's jumped a little bit. So the monster price there, that's an anomaly. Lake County was left off the state bid for some reason, and so that's what we ended up with. Next year, I'm considering going with the county bid. I don't know how much better it does. I know the state of Illinois has bigger buying power, but as you can see, that they kind of can do whatever they want with the price. The bid is the bid, and that's what we live with. One of the things I also have to do is my determination how much salt we're going to get. I make that in March. So it's my guess, right? I have to hope for the best that our price is going to be low, I say hopefully it'll be like about a 3% increase, but not a 37%. And when I typed this up, Glenn caught it for me. I had it written down as a 437% increase, which would have been pretty tough to bring to the board. It's really not that high, but so that's what we're at this winter. I'm hoping, keep my fingers crossed for a light winter. And we can keep within the amount of salt we typically use.
Yeah, in the 11 years that I've been here, we've never run out of salt, and I don't think you've ever run out in all your years here.
We've come pretty close.
Yeah.
Mainly the problem is it's like getting it to you. When the winter's really bad, it's them actually getting you the salt. Our allotment's available, but it's the trucks getting here. One year the barges were frozen in Milwaukee, and nobody got any salt, so it's kind of, it's weather dependent, weather driven.
What can our barn hold, Jake?
Oh, well, I can stuff it, like 350, close to 400 if I really pack it in and we push it up really high. But I mean, comfortably, you want to keep about 250 ton in there. Now we have another area where we bought a huge tarp, and we got a big supply that was left over from last year. We also have that tarped. So we won't even be cracking our order for a while unless it starts snowing like it's supposed to be Thursday. And it doesn't stop until, like March. We went well into March last year, we still had snow, so.
Do we put it down as is, or do we cut it, or do we add anything to it to dilute the salt piece or anything else?
We've added sand in the past when we were low, but other than that, no.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions? Okay, I'm sure you made a good guess. Okay. Roll call, please.
Trustee Markey.
Aye.
Trustee Meyer.
Aye.
Trustee Toll.
Aye.
Trustee Ankman.
Aye.
Trustee Sherlow.
Aye.
Item number 13, which is a resolution waiving competitive bidding and approving a professional services agreement with TKB Associates, which is Laserfish Document Management. This would be an approval with a roll call vote. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
So moved by Mrs. Markey, and do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Toll, thank you. The village adopted FY 2020 budget includes $50,000 to implement new document management practices. Following an internal review presented at the October 14th meeting of the Finance Committee, staff recommends the board approve a $41,658 purchase of a new document management system, Laserfish, as well as associated hardware and professional services necessary for implementation and the migration of records from 3 existing document management systems. Staff further recommends the village enter into an agreement with TKB Associates to provide these services and commodities. TKB Associates is a reputable firm who services the state of Illinois and many other municipalities in the Chicago region, including Highland Park, Lake Forest, Glencoe, Northbrook, Northfield, Grays Lake, and Buffalo Grove. The village's purchasing policy and procedures manuals does not require that professional services be competitively bid. However, purchases other than professional services, such as the equipment and software, must be bid unless the bidding requirement is waived. As the value of the software is directly contingent upon the quality of professional services received, and as the vendor has been awarded numerous contracts for similar work, staff recommends the board waive competitive bidding and enter into a contract with TKB Associates for $41,658. At its October 14th meeting, the Finance Committee expressed support of this approach to document management and procurement. As the resolution involves the waiver of competitive bidding, a 2/3 majority vote of the village board is required to adopt the resolution. Okay, did I get a first and a second on that one? I did, yes. Any comments or questions from the board? Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Meyer.
Aye.
Trustee Toll.
Aye.
Trustee Ankerman.
Aye.
Trustee Charlo.
Aye.
Trustee Markey.
Aye.
Agenda item 14, which is a resolution authorizing change order number 1 for the village's 2019 water main improvements project. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
So moved by Mr.
Trustee
Meyer,
Meyer.
and second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Charlo. On April 8th, 2019, the village board approved a resolution authorizing the execution of a construction contract with Vian Construction of Elk Grove, Illinois, which for a contractor for the 2019 water main improvements project in the amount of $486,232. During the construction of the project, additional costs were incurred. The three major sources of additional cost came from utility conflicts on Armour Drive that necessitated moving the new water main from the parkway to the street. The village had the contractor replace 2 collapsing manholes that were not part of the project, but were identified when Vian had the workers and the equipment in the village to perform the work quickly, and difficulty in shutting down existing water mains due to valve issues caused delays for the contractor. This additional work raised the final value of the contract approximately $30,700 more than originally approved amount. In accordance with the village purchasing policy, a change order of this amount requires approval of the board. Village engineer recommends the village board approve the change order to the construction contract with the contractor for an increase in scope during the 2019 water main improvement projects. Do we have any questions for administration on this?
Yes.
Jeff, you want?
Do we have a possibility of more manholes or anything else going wrong or pipes being crushed in addition to the 436,000 plus 30?
Not for this contract. This contractor is done and they're out of town. We always have manholes collapsing in town. But we had a way to solve it quickly while they were here because they had the equipment and the people here to do it. But these guys are gone. This is it for this contract.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Roll call, please.
Trustee Toll.
Aye.
Trustee Ankerman.
Aye.
Trustee Charlo.
Aye.
Trustee Markey.
Aye.
Trustee Meyer.
Aye.
Trustees report. Any trustees this night have anything they would like to expound upon? No? Okay, I need a motion now to go into executive session for pending what, the purchase of real estate?
Disposition of property
Disposition of property.
and collective bargaining.
Collective bargaining. This would be so do I have a motion?
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Markey and second by Mr. Meyer. All in favor. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ankerman.
Aye.
Trustee Charlo.
Aye.
Trustee Markey.
Aye.
Trustee Meyer.
Aye.
Trustee Toll.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you all. We'll be now in executive session.